Do you want to generate high monthly income with smart covered call ETFs? Today I'll show you how SPYI, IWMI, and QQQI can deliver 14% on a $300,000 portfolio with steady payouts every month. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Simply Money. If you want to build a powerful income portfolio that pays monthly cash flow with a strong potential, you're in the right place. We'll break down these three ETFs, their yields, and what your income could look like over the next 5 years. Let's start with fund number one, SPYI, the S&P 500 Covered Call ETF. This ETF invests in large cap S&P 500 stocks and sells covered calls to generate income. Its current distribution yield is around 12.16% annualized, and is paid monthly. And this is ideal for those wanting steady income with exposure to the largest U.S. companies. Fund number two, IWMI, the Russell 1000 Small Cap High Yield Covered Call ETF. This ETF targets high yield, small, and mid cap U.S. stocks with a covered call strategy. Currently yields about 14.63% annualized, paid monthly. And this adds growth potential plus enhanced income from smaller companies. That brings us to fund number three, QQQI, the NASDAQ 100 Covered Call ETF. An actively managed NASDAQ 100 Covered Call fund generating income from option premiums. Current annualized yield is approximately 14.31%. And again, paid monthly. It provides tech sector exposure with strong income potential. So what income can we get from a $300,000 portfolio split evenly between these three ETFs? If we put $100,000 into each, here's what you could expect annually. SPYI at 12.16% is going to bring you about $12,160. IWMI at 14.63% is going to bring in $14,630, and QQQI at 14.31% is going to bring in about $14,310. That's a total estimated annual income of $41,100. That's about a 13.7% yield on your total investment and paid monthly. Now let's look at how the income could grow over 5 years under these three scenarios, assuming you reinvest distributions and the yield stays steady or grows moderately. Year one, we're looking at a conservative 10% yield, a base, which is the 13.7% yield, and an optimistic yield. I usually like going with conservative, and then if we do better, great. So year one through year five, conservatively, you're looking at a $30,000 income. Year two, it would go up to $33,000. Year three, $36,300. Year four, $39,930. In year five, $43,923. Now, these are assuming a 5% annual increase in income from dividend growth or option premium increases. Now, if we use the base yield, the 13.7%, again, you're looking at $41,100 your first year. That would grow to $45,210. Year three, $49,731. Year four, $54,704. In year five, you're up to $60,174. Again, on this scenario, this is using the DRIP 100% as we're building up our shares and snowballing our income. This is what we're doing over the next 5 years. We'll look here in a moment at what we could do without the DRIP. The optimistic yield of 16%, which again, I don't project that. I just like seeing it what if scenarios. You'd be looking at a $48,000 first year income, second year $52,800, third year $58,000, fourth year $63,888, and year five $70,000. That is what the projection of rolling 5-year income could be if we're using DRIP, and depending on if we have a conservative, the base, or an optimistic yield. Based on historical data, you're looking at the annual distribution growth rate of SPYI with a 4.1, IWMI of 7.1, and QQQI at 4.2%. This is a great growth rate on an already very high yield. You're talking that this yield, this distribution, is going to grow at this rate if it continues, which is fantastic. Here's how it would look on each individual account if you were not using the drip. If you took your income and you spent it, but then there is this distribution growth rate, it shows us what the annual income would be for year 1 through 5 for each of these individual accounts, and then obviously the total account. Year 1 here, we have the $12,160, $14,630 for IWMI. QQI brings in $14,310. That's your $41,100. Now, in this scenario, again, we're using the income. If you're at a place where you're like, I need income, you roll over and put $300,000 split evenly in these 3 accounts. This is what the income could be for that first year. Year 2, based on this historical growth rate of the distribution, SPYI would go up to $12,650, IWMI up to $15,658, and QQI up to $14,908. Your total income without dripping the next year would have actually gone up $2,116. You're getting a pay raise while you're still using distributions, not having to reinvest any of that distribution, and you're getting a pay raise. Now, a lot of people, especially with the weekly distributions, they have to balance of using some of the income and reinvesting some of the income to maintain their portfolio balance. With these, you're seeing that growth is taking place and it's increasing the dividend because of that. Year 3, you'd be looking at $13,000, $16,700, $15,500, bringing you up to $45,000. Year 4, you'd again SPYI at $13,715, IWMI coming almost to $18,000, and QQI at $16,171. Now you're up to $47,792. In year 5, you're at $14,200, $19,100, $16,800, bringing your total income to $50,000. Again, this is after you've been taking distributions for these 4 prior years. Your income has grown to $50,000. This is based on prior performance, which does not indicate what the future will be, which is always a good time to remind you this is not financial advice. This is just for educational, informational purposes only. I'm not telling you to go ahead and buy these 3 funds or not to buy these 3 funds. I'm showing you what the data in the past has done, and if it continued, what it could do in the future, but we don't know. That's not bad. This means that if you invested $300,000 equally, split today, your income could rise from roughly $41,100 the first year to over $50,000 by year 5, all without reinvesting distributions. Together, SPYI, IWMI, and QQI offer diversified income across large cap, small cap, and tech sectors, high monthly income from dividends and options premiums, and the potential for income growth over time. Are you ready to start generating high monthly income with these covered call ETFs? Leave me a comment down below. Do you own any of these 3? Are you looking at any of the 3? Which one's your favorite? Let the community know down below. Let's have a conversation about these great monthly covered call ETFs, and we will continue to provide information on other funds. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell to never miss a Simply Money income strategy. And I appreciate all your support, and we'll see you next time on Simply Money.